Welcome to the SportsFan1100 News. I am your host, the SportsFan1100. This is episode 9 of the SportsFan1100 News. Cue the intro. Our first news topic today on today's episode of the Sports Fan 100 News has to do with Rob Ford being stripped of his powers due to him smoking crack to cocaine. Toronto's City Council voted Monday to strict scandal plagued Mayor Rob Ford of many of his powers following a heated debate in which he knocked over a female councillor. Council members voted overwhelmingly to cut the 44-year-old Ford's office budget by 60% and allow mayoral staff to join the deputy mayor. Ford now effectively has no legislative power as he would no longer chair the executive committee. Ford retains his title and ability to represent Toronto at official functions. Ford called the effort a coup d'etat and vowed an outright war in the next election. Toronto has been abuzz with the Ford melodrama since May, when news outlets reported that he had been caught on video smoking crack cocaine. The debate on the motion became heated after Ford paced around the council chamber and traded bars with the members of the public. The speaker asked security to clear the chamber and recess was called. Members of the public chanted shame, shame at the mayor. Ford charged at the gallery at one point and knocked over Councillor Pam McConnell before picking her back up. During a debate in which he was stripped of most of his executive powers, Toronto Mayor Rob Ford rushes into the crowd and knocks over Councillor Pam McConnell. Another councillor asked Ford to apologize. Ford said he was rushing to the defense of his brother, City Council Doug Ford. I picked her up, Rob Ford said. I ran around because I thought my brother was getting into an altercation. Visibly shaken after Ford ran her over, McConnell, a petite woman in her 60s, said she never expected the chaos that broke out. Democracy. It is not a football field. I just wasn't ready. Fortunately, the mayor's staff was in front. They stopped me from hitting my head against the wall. I just need to sit down, McConnell said. The motion was revised from a tougher version to ward off potential legal challenges. Ford will retain his title and ability to represent Toronto at official functions. The city's lawyers said the proposal does not render Ford mayor in name only. Obviously, I cannot do the job with 8 people in the office with a quarter of the former mayor's budget, Ford said. The councillor does not have the power to remove Ford from office unless he is convicted of a crime. It is pursuing the strongest recourse available after the recent drug abuse revelations and his repeated outbursts of erratic behavior. Mayor Ford has had many choices. Will he change his behavior? Will he side and seek help? Said Councillor John Fillion. The mayor, unfortunately, has chosen the path of denial. Now it's time to take away the keys. The new allegation to pile up faster than the old ones can be dealt with. If many Torontonians have initially fascinated by the drama, they are now fed up with it. They wanted to end, Fillion said. Ford contends that the councillors acted because they opposed his agenda to save taxpayers' money. If they want me out, they should just call a snap election, Ford told radio station AM 640. The council rejected a motion proposing such an election, and also rejected a motion to give Ford another month to get an expert medical opinion on whether he is capable of carrying out his duties. Councillor Denzel Menenwong, a former Ford ally, said it's about the mayor's conduct. This is about embarrassing the city, his involvement with gangs, his involvement with crack cocaine. This is what about his admission that he gets behind the wheel while drinking, she said. He is the worst spokesman for the city of Toronto right now. Boyd was elected 3 years ago with overwhelming support from Toronto's conservative leading outer suburbs, where many voters felt angry about why they considered wasteful spending and listening politics at City Hall. He campaigned on promises to stop the gravity train by curbing public spending and keeping taxes low. And now, on to some U.S. news. Today is all about George Zimmerman being arrested for domestic violence once again. George Zimmerman was arrested on domestic violence charges Monday after pointing a shotgun at his girlfriend, smashing a glass top table, and pushing her out of her Seminole County home. Zimmerman is being held without bail at the Seminole County Jail, charged with aggravated assault with a weapon, a felony, domestic violence battery, and criminal mischief. Deputies received a call from 27-year-old Samantha Shibe around 12:30 p.m. Monday, and when they responded to home 3 minutes later, Zimmerman was there and was not armed. Zimmerman was arrested and booked, said Deputy Dennis Lemma of the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. Lemma and Shibe told deputies that Zimmerman pointed a shotgun at her. He also broke a table, pushed her out of her own home, and barricaded the door with furniture. Zimmerman offered no resistance when he was taken into custody, Lemma said. Shibe did not suffer any injuries, he said. She was concerned for her safety, certainly for having the weapon pointed at her. According to an arrest report released late Monday, she called police after she and Zimmerman got into a verbal dispute at her home on Topfield Court in western Seminole County. She asked Zimmerman to leave, and he began packing his items, which included a shotgun and an AR assault rifle. When she told Zimmerman that she was calling the police, he pointed a shotgun at her and asked her if she really wanted to do that, according to the report. Lemma said that if the judge decides to grant Zimmerman bond, the sheriff's office was asked that he be placed on electronic monitoring. This is an additional step we ask for every domestic violence case in Seminole County, Lemma said. Zimmerman, age 30, is a former neighborhood watch volunteer who was acquitted in July on a charge that he murdered 17-year-old Trayvon Martin last year. Since then, Zimmerman has had a string of run-ins with law enforcement. In September, he was handcuffed by Lake Mary police, but released after his estranged wife, Shelley, and her father accused him of threatening them with a gun while they were moving her belongings out of a house the couple shared until Shelley Zimmerman filed for divorce. Zimmerman had arrived at the scene with Shelley, who was described a few days later as his girlfriend by Shelley Zimmerman's attorney, Kelly Sims. Last week, Lake Mary police officially closed that case, saying that they had no solid evidence that Zimmerman had broken law. When they searched Zimmerman that afternoon, he had no gun, but he has a concealed weapons permit, and she told Lake Mary police that the couple was in lawful possession of guns that day in their vehicle. All domestic violence suspects are held without bail in Seminole County until they make an initial appearance before a judge, who must decide whether there is enough evidence to support the arrest and whether the suspect should be granted bail. Zimmerman will appear before Seminole County Judge Tuesday at 1:30 in Sanford and learn whether he will remain locked up. Chris White, Chief of Operations for the State Attorney's Office in Sanford, said he would likely ask that Zimmerman be barred from having access to guns should a judge allow him to go free. According to the police report from the incident in Lake Mary on September 9th, he was visibly shaken by that dispute, which resulted in Shelley Zimmerman's father taking a punch to the nose, and Joy Zimmerman tearing up his estranged wife's iPad. When questioned by police then, according to reports, she stated she had no idea what was going on. She answered only a few questions from the officers that day and refused to give a written statement. According to the links in a job networking website, Shibi is a self-employed environmental service expert. Zimmerman was lived with her for several weeks, according to associated with his family. According to Sean Vincent, a spokesman for defense attorney Mark O'Mara, Mark O'Mara was not representing Joy Zimmerman in today's matter, won't represent him in any other new criminal complaints, and as such is not appropriate for him to make any comments. I am the Sports Fan 1100, and peace out. See you next time for another edition of the Sports Fan 1100 News. Thank you guys for watching.